Hey guys, welcome back. I have quite a few things to get done this morning before I have a get together. I am going to be putting down some new plants, some pansies in different boxes that are empty for the fall. I also have a surprise as well, and we'll get to that towards the end. But I'm super excited. Like they always say, it's never a yes if you don't at least ask. So I'm going to go ahead and get right into it, and I'm going to show you what I have to plant around the garden. So we went up to the nursery. It was the only nursery at the time that had pansies. They kind of put them out earlier than others, and they got us. So we got quite a bit of pansies. I have a few places that I want to put them just so that things kind of fill in and have some color for the remainder of the year. And then we're gonna get some cleaning up done and a few other things. But let's see, this one I really like. It's just really pretty just because it has that pop of dark and light colors. So I'm really excited to put these in a few places. We're gonna try and disperse everything evenly throughout the garden, but I don't have a lot of plants. So we're just gonna go ahead and hop into it and get started. All right, so I have this after all that dizziness. So I just put some in there. I got to clean everything up now, but I just put some in there. Just a little bit of, I probably packed it way too much for the size of the pot that it is, but I think it looks really nice and welcoming. I also put in some just dappled around the bottom down there, some more on this side. Hopefully they'll fill out before it gets too cold and their growth slows down. Hopefully I can get into a spot where you can see it. I also put some in here. The middle is asters. I'll have to look back on the tag to see what kind of aster it is, but that is asters. We'll put the name of everything up top. This one, again, just dappled some underneath. Hopefully they'll fill out. I do have some leftovers, so if I feel like they're not really catching up with growth, then I'll just add extra. I also have some more over here in this one. And then the pairing on this side. There we go. Some of them don't have blooms just yet. Hopefully they'll start pumping out some more color in just a couple weeks. We also have this right here. It's looking really good. Hopefully, like I said, there'll be more color and then it'll just be filled out. We also have this side right here. I might have to move them around. I may not have done the best job with putting them in an even spot, but that looks really great. And the last one I did is up here. That looks pretty nice. They're all kind of floppy right now. This one I think rotted a little bit, but it still looks like it has a little life, so I put it in there just in case we can bring it back. Just get this one out. There we go. And then, ooh, it is smoking out here, even though it's only like 8 o'clock in the morning. I also wanted to show you the surprise. I was able to snag this. So there was a home just a few blocks away that was, I guess, purchased by some sort of renovation company, and they had it in their front yard. It was not taken care of, it was overgrown, but I saw it through all the greenery that was covering it. And I was like, hey, it's been sitting there for over a year or two, just collecting, I don't know, algae, dirt, bugs, all kinds of stuff. The basin wasn't even on the pedestal. So I was like, maybe if I can find out who owns the house, maybe they'll let me take the bird bath. And I tried looking online. I found out online that it was owned by a specific company, but the numbers they had online was not correct. So on my other walk just a few days ago, I walked past and I saw that there was a piece of paper on the house. You know how they have like the house is condemned or city ordinance kind of notifications on the house? Well, the house was vacant. There was no one home. Otherwise, I would have just knocked on the door and said, hey, do you want your bird bath? Anyway, so I went up there and I was able to find a number and an email address. And like I said, it's always a no unless you ask, right? So I went ahead, well, my husband did. He called for me and they said that we could have it. And I was like, yay. So now all I have to do is figure out how to put them together and secure, like to be secure. Obviously, I know the bottom goes with the top. That's easy. But hopefully I can figure out how to get it so that it's secure and that I'm not concerned that it's going to topple over. However, it is over like 200 pounds. The base has to be at least 100 pounds, if not more. And the pedestal that it sits on, whew, that this basin is heavy, and I actually have some wounds to prove it since it was scraping my arm and I wasn't wearing the appropriate clothes when I went to go snag it real quick. But hopefully we can get this up, and we purchased a little solar powered water fountain that we can put inside it, and I'm kind of curious to see how the little birds do with there being water and it's like a water fountain. If I see them showering, I'm going to be so thrilled. All right, I think I'm going to go ahead and get some other things done real quick. When I do get other things done, we're going to come back and we're going to do the lamb's ear, but I'm running out of time. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get those things done. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.